When you say, Piper, that Jesus was sustained on the cross by joy that he hopes to get beyond the grave, aren't you turning love into another form of selfishness? I mean, he wants to be happy. So, in wanting to be happy, he goes ahead and endures the cross. So now it's all about him and his happiness. He's not loving you. He's trying to make himself happy. That's the key objection to my life and what I've taught for the last 50 years. Is it selfish of Jesus, not loving, but selfish, to do verse 2? For the joy that was set before him, for that joy he endured this cross. Does that turn the cross into selfishness? You need an answer to that question. Because the text says that's how he did it. And a lot of people think that's not love. A lot of professional, scholarly ethics teachers teach that if you seek reward, you're not loving people. Here's why it's not selfish. Selfishness is the use of people, the exploitation of people to achieve your own ends without regard to whether it benefits them. I don't give a hoot about you. I'm after my happiness. I'm going to step on you if I have to. That's selfishness. Love doesn't forsake the pursuit of happiness in God. He doesn't forsake. Like, okay, I have to regard God as unsatisfying. I have to have no interest whatsoever in whether I'm happy in him when I get to heaven. I have to forget all of the promises of God that I'm going to be glorified in his presence. I'm going to be with Jesus. It'll be spectacularly satisfying. I have to forget all of that so that I can be sacrificially loving to other people. The Bible just won't go there. What is love then? Love is when you pursue that joy at any cost to yourself, even the cost of your life, so as to bring as many people with you into that joy as you can. Nobody regards that as selfish. Nobody regards it as selfishness if you are pursuing a joy which you are willing to suffer to include them in. Nobody. In fact, I would argue if you forsake the pursuit of that joy, you got nothing to offer them. So, that's not a successful objection. So here's the big question, practically. Okay, if you're onto something here, Piper, like if you're right that the most beautiful, perfect, glorious person in the universe, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, finished his marathon, loved people for the joy that was set before him. He was sustained by that joy. Was there any joy on the marathon? Or is it just out there? Like here, no joy, just suffering. And out there, spectacular, all-satisfying joy in the future. How can you be sustained in the moment when that is having no effect on the moment that's a piece of it? Here's what I mean. If I ask, okay, help me, Hebrews, come on, I want to get this. Help me to discern how a joy set before me has an emotional effect right now to deal with my suffering. How does it work? And I go back in chapter 11 to verse 1, and it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Substance. Sometimes translated assurance. It's a very unusual word. Here's the idea. Faith, right now, Gethsemane. He sees hours away, or let's say 3 days away, resurrection, vindication, triumph over death and hell and sin. That's coming. Oh, that is awesome. I will be there shortly. Faith, his faith, our faith, right now is the substance of that. Substance. At least that means taste it, has a piece of it, right? Right now, if you have real clarity about the joy set before you with Jesus forever, faith feels it now through tears. Paul said in 2 Corinthians 6:10, sorrowful yet always rejoicing. Sorrowful yet always rejoicing, which means that the joy is not after sorrow or before sorrow, it's in sorrow. How's that? That's because faith is the substance of that joy that you're hoping for.